All right, welcome back to the channel, everyone. Hopefully you guys are having a great rest of your day, start to your day, whatever time it may be. And in this video, we're going to be seeing if the carbon trap delete actually makes a difference. This is a stock S650 Mustang GT with just the carbon traps removed. You have an H pipe, and this is a full weight 301A car. Stock wheels and tires. We're gonna 60 to 130 it. This car also has an E30 blend, so hoping we can get into the 10s today. If we can get 10.99 or faster, mission accomplished. If not, oh well. We'll have to go ahead and get some more modifications on the vehicle. We are going to be doing that anyway, but honestly, based on the cars we went up against already, I think this car 100% is in the 10s. We're going to be doing a third gear hit as well as a second gear hit. I'm going to warm up the tires, and we're going to see exactly what this car can do. All right, if you guys enjoy the content on the channel, feel free, drop a like on the vid, subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notifications. Let me go ahead and switch this car to the drag mode. I'm gonna warm up the tires right now. Again, we are on stock wheels and tires, so we are limited traction wise. It's gonna spin, I believe, from the second gear hit. Third, we should be fine. I'm gonna do a second gear 50 right now. Actually, yeah. Just to warm it up. Feels good. It really does feel good after taking those carbon traps out. I gotta make sure that I don't hit the rev limiter, because it's a little bit different now. It's a little bit different now. If it does not run a 10-second 60 to 130, I think it's safe to say that a lot of people on Draggy Facebook page be capping, because we've ran up against a bunch of cars that I believe should be in the 10-second range at least. So if this thing runs like, let's say it runs like an 11.2 or 11.5, something like that, it's either every car that I've raced is a complete dud, which I highly doubt, or people on the Draggy Facebook page just be capping, because I don't want to believe that every car that I've raced in the S650 is a dud, because it just doesn't make any sense. I mean, this car, I personally believe, like a lot of the races that we've gotten, we should be losing by like a considerable amount, but it's always close or like we win. So it's kind of weird, but at the same time, we're gonna go ahead and see what this car can do, y'all. Put your predictions, man. I think it's gonna run a 10.99 or faster. I would like to see, in all reality, like a 10.5. If it runs like a 10.5 or lower, that means that this would be pretty much just as quick as my Shelby GT350 when it was fully stock. So that's cool. So if this thing runs like a 10.5, because this is the same air essentially that I dragged the Shelby GT350 when it was stock, roughly the same air. I'm gonna call out a Shelby GT350 that's stock, because there's plenty of stock Shelby GT350s out here. All right, coming up to my spot in Mexico. I'm gonna need a lot of space because this car is not fast. I'm gonna need plenty of space. That's the one thing about dragging like quote unquote slow cars. You need a shitload of space. We're gonna try it again. The time wasn't anything crazy. It wasn't anything crazy. We haven't reached our goal yet, but third gear is a little bit sluggish because of the long gears. Second gear, when I did this last time, second gear was the gear to be in. But I will say this, the car did go faster than what it did previously by a considerable amount, few tenths, with the carbon traps out, leaving in second gear with the carbon traps in. So we are headed in the right direction. We are headed in the right direction. But obviously we need to go ahead and speed up the vehicle 110%. 110%. This is what I'm talking about. Like, I feel like people are capping on the draggy Facebook profiles, because if somebody were to see what this car just ran 60 to 130 in third gear, it's like half the cars that I've raced like have to be duds. Like, I'm sorry, like it doesn't really make any sense. We got a Mustang pulling up right now. What the hell? We about to bust this car. Look, watch. Let's race this car. Oh, it's a V6. Never mind. I thought it was a V8. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and try this again. In a perfect world, the car should run 10.9 or 11 flat, based on the information that I have right now, leaving in third versus leaving in second, because second gear leave should speed this up by 0.5, theoretically, if my math is correct. Now I'm gonna leave at like 55 mile an hour in second gear, and then I might try it again leaving at like 50 another time, just to see if it actually makes another difference. But in a perfect world, this car should go 10.9. Realistically, leaving in second gear. But hey, we'll go ahead and see. It should run 10.9 or a really low 11. All right. No, I'm not doing it under the bridge. Good with math. It was literally, I was on the dot, because I know front drag pack and brakes is gonna cut roughly like 0.7 based off what I've seen on other Mustangs. With the rear drag pack as well, it should be like a full second with lighter wheels as well as brakes in the front. That's not including headers and doing the dumps like I would do. So let's say roughly that might be like 0.3, because again, it's really not tunable. I think the car with lighter wheels, front brakes, headers, dumps, and the seats out, I think the car could go mid-9s, 60 to 130, all motor on E30 before I boost it. Now if I can get it to mid-9s, that will be absolutely incredible, because that means guaranteed, if I can get it to run a mid-9 with the Whipple calibration E30, it should be faster than the Shelby GT350 is right now on the, I believe, the 3.75 pulley that comes with Lethal Performance Kit. It should be quicker. Should be quicker. Not by a lot, but it should be quicker. At the very least, it should be just as fast, if not quicker, than the Shelby GT350 if I can get this car to run mid-9s all motor before I boost it. Which is exciting. Which is really exciting, because that's honestly what I want to have happen. I want this car to be faster because I want to have this be the race car. And then after going ahead and putting the 3.5, this car 100% should be a mid 5-second 60 to 130 car without a doubt. Alright, we might get screwed because we might not have enough room, which is unfortunate, but we'll see. No, I'm not gonna go under this bridge, but yeah, we might get screwed. Alright, so my GoPro overheated, but I got a bunch of draggy runs in this car. I'm gonna go ahead and put those in the video for y'all. The good news is it did pick up pretty significantly removing the carbon traps. The bad news is the car is still slow.
60. 130. 60. 130.
But at the same time, it doesn't make any sense, because I refuse to believe the E85 cars that I've ran are in the 11s 60 to 130. It just doesn't make any sense to me. It just really doesn't make any sense to me. But at the same time, I know a lot of people on the Facebook pages just straight up lie, and people are actually stealing draggy screenshots now, believe it or not, which is why you need the video, because if you just post a draggy screenshot, odds are somebody's gonna jack it and use it for their draggy data, whatever. It just doesn't really make any sense. I mean, stock car with just an H-pipe E30 blend, carbon traps removed, running low 11s. If I was to go ahead and remove the seats and put an actual tire on the car, it probably would run a high 10. But at the same time, I really don't believe that a lot of those cars that I've raced are in the 11s. Or maybe they are. Maybe they are. You know what I'm saying? You never know. The most important thing is I actually, you know, run the car and I don't really draggy race it. I just wanted to see the difference, because I would have sworn this car would have been, you know, anywhere between, in all reality, like a 10.5 to a 10.9. But as you can see, I mean, it literally is a full weight 301A car with, oh my gosh, everything in it. Kind of nuts when you think about it. Only thing that is removed is the spare tire, but this is the daily, y'all. It is a low 11 second 60 to 130 car the way it sits. It is what it is. Lighter wheels, better tires all the way around. God damn. Some aerospace front brakes are going to be coming up, and then this car will be in the 10s, guaranteed, even in 2000 DA, which is actually pretty good. But it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. I don't know. It just doesn't really make any sense. That's why I want to race some other cars. Like I need to race like a stock C7 Stingray, because I know those are in the 10s, or they should be dragging in the 10s. Because the Mustangs that I've ran, I'm just like, man, like what the hell? It makes you wonder, man. It really makes you wonder. But if you guys enjoyed the content, feel free, drop a like on the vid, subscribe to the channel, turn those post notifications. Again, I ain't dissing nobody, but I'm just trying to go ahead and get a idea where the car is at. I know where my car is at. It's just, are people lying about where their cars are at? Because dang. Catch y'all in the next one. Deuces.